All right. Connectivity 101 for Microsoft. By the way, don't you love my background? It's my favorite lake in the world in Yellowstone. Anyway, when you come to class, just a reminder, you want to be signed into, I'll just bring my browser over here really quick here. You want to make sure, number one, you are signed in to your Gmail. Oh, I get to read Mr. Reardon's email. That's just fun. All right. Anyway, make sure you're signed into Gmail, number one. Number two is make sure you're in Google Classroom, preferably on your screen, because sometimes I ask you to share your screen to kind of help me out, but you can also do that on your cell phone as well. But again, Google Classroom, of course, you guys know how to do this. Log into Google, get into your Google apps, get into Google Classroom, and turn on Microsoft Office Google Classroom. And I would go to classwork just so you're ready. Okay? Whatever we're doing for the week. So Gmail, Google Classroom, and then Sam. You can type in Sam space, Cengage up there. You can go access the Sam link, which is back in Google Classroom, if you don't know what that is. I just start typing Sam, and it takes me to Sam Cengage. Log in. Now, some of you haven't yet even logged in yet. Okay, and if that's the case, you need to type in your 7-digit code. I'm going to type in a dummy code. This is not going to work. I'm just giving you an example. 7-digit code, and your password, your initial password is going to be capital P, just like it shows there, PASSWORD, and then the number of the period you're in is what I've set up for your initial password. So if you're in fourth period, you'd say uppercase P, password 4, and then log in. Of course, it's not going to let me log in because that username doesn't exist. That's how you would sign in the first time. And if you need more support as far as Sam is concerned, go back to Google Classroom, go to week 1, orientation to skills assessment manager. I've got a video in there that walks you through all things SAM, practice exams, how to log in, projects, things like that. I'm going to log in here as myself. And again, now I'm kind of repeating the SAM orientation video. And obviously I didn't like my password. All right. So when you come into SAM, it's going to look like this, right? Again, you can go back and watch my video, but here's your activity list, and now you're in SAM. Again, if you want more information about how do I get to my practice exam, how do I do the practice exam, how do I do the project, how do I download stuff, go back here to week 1, orientation to skills assessment manager. So now you're in SAM. Okay, well, what about getting into GMetrix, which is the next thing I want you to be logged in. Some of you might have to go into what's called remote student, because GMetrix requires that you have Office software on your screen and you have GMetrix installed. But if you have a school laptop, it doesn't have GMetrix on it, which was kind of an oversight on our case. So in that instance, you're going to have to log into remote student. You have to log into remote student. And that looks like this. Let's go back to the stream, scroll down, go find my link to remote student. Now, by the way, the next couple of weeks, this will be changing, but for now it'll work. Remote student. I'm going to click on that. And it's really goofy because it thinks that you are trying to opening up a sound file, which makes no sense. So the upper right-hand corner, click on those 3 dots, open a new window. Then upper right-hand corner, hit the download button. And you can see because I'm in Chrome, that file downloaded in the bottom left-hand corner, which just kind of went away and disappeared. Not sure where it went. But in the future, where it is now is at the extreme bottom of my screen. There's a yellow file button down there, which looks like this. And if I click on downloads, there's the last file I downloaded. I've downloaded this like 5 times, but that's remote student. Remote student. So I'm going to double click on remote student. It says, oh, do you want to open up this file? Sure, no problem. All right. Now I'm going to log in to the system. Okay. And let's see here. I need to use an actual student's login information here. Not sure who I'm going to use to do that, but here we go. I'm going to log into remote student. It's your 7-digit code. And then you've been issued a 10-character password with your 4-digit lunch number, your initials in uppercase, and the 2-digit month and 2-digit day of your birth. 10 characters. If you don't know what that is, let me know. And obviously, I don't know how to type. And it takes me into remote student. Now, from remote student, I can open up GMetrix over here. I have access to my Word software, which is down here at the bottom. Open up GMetrix. And by the way, watch my information on how to map GMetrix to your documents folder. I'm not going to do that here because I've done it several times already. Go back and watch the GMetrix orientation, which, by the way, in case you're keeping score at home, that was back here in Google Classroom under navigating the GMetrix environment. I talk about how to tell GMetrix where your documents folder is. Okay, for now, I'm going to log in. You would log in the first time with your 7-digit code at cpps.org, and your password is GMetrix. I seem to be password challenged this afternoon. Ugh. Okay. And if you're coming in here for the first time and you've already mapped, I'm going to maximize this, and you've already mapped GMetrix to your documents folder. If this is the first time in, you would say start a new test, Office 2019, Word, and we're going to do Word Associate 2019 Skill Review 1. It's either going to be the third item in this list or it's going to be the first item in the second row, and you want to do this in training mode. And I'm going to start a new test, okay? Now, once you start a new test, next time you go into GMetrix, you want to open up that same test, resume an existing test. And I'm waiting for GMetrix to load. And I think it loaded, kind of, sort of, maybe. Although the documentation looks really strange. All right. I'm going to minimize this just a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I can't quite see my commands in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, well. That's it for now, as far as my little video goes. And we'll just call it good right there. Thank you for watching. Take care.